turning into like real experts right now. Like they are absolutely on a tear, and really impressive display of skill. I know from the people that I have mentored, like I most of the time just sit back, relax, watch the race unfold. So yeah, looks like we should be get starting here quite soon. And we are off. Sort of. I think we're just the sync. There we go. Nice. Okay, perfect. Both starting in Sank. So there is a number of starts that can be done, but both opting to go for the Sanctuary start. So we'll go see where they go if they decide to go up the mountain, or if they decide to continue into CAG, or go back to Link's house and make some other plays. Like in glitch seeds, like anything, you can. There's so many ways to open a seed. Plasma going south. So this looks like Plasma might be doing Lost Woods here into the mountain checks. Rob, however, doing a quick tree pull, going up to the lumberjack ledge, having a look there. And we'll route round to Kakariko. So that was just 300 there on the lumberjack ledge, and just 5 rupees for plasmasnake. So they're just going to give each other a virtual high five in a minute. And a simultaneous check of the mushroom spot, which is just 20 bucks. Both going for it. Why not? Early money. Especially as Rob is planning to go into Kakariko. Always helps. Oh, and there's a nice 8-bomb bush crab. That's really nice for Plasma. Nice to get some early bombs. So let's see what happens here. Like what we're going to find in Kakariko. What Plasma's going to find. Because it looks like she's going to head up the mountain. Taking it in from the lumberjack. Nice little double hop there, and off we go into the glitched unknown. Very nice. Can be a little bit fiddly to get that little hop there. Got it very quick. And that just kind of shows the display of skills that we're kind of almost expecting now from the mentees. Like week 1 was a little bit, it's our first kind of tournament race and everything, but now it's like 2 weeks of tournaments, lots of practice. Like they've got the glitches down. So that was just a small key and a map. Looks like Plasma is not climbing. Just leave in Hera for now. And we'll Rob in the well here. That looked like nothing. Oh, there's a hook shot there in the well, and 300 rupees. So there's a nice set of money, and I think it was just a shield that was in Spectacle Rock. That was Pendant Hera, so not too worried about that. And a lovely shovel. We all love the shovel. Getting that early old man save, like the early old man save in glitches is so nice, because the mountain kind of becomes like the central hub. Like regardless of whether you got flute or not, it kind of becomes the go-to save and quit place. So it's always nice to rescue the old man quite early. Just a heart piece from Sick Kid. Oh, no. Getting dead rocked. That just, not too bad. Puts us back in the cave. But It is pretty annoying. This is the danger of doing this early mountain play when you're on really low health. It can kind of work a little bit against you. And there we go, just bombs on the library. And just 20 rupees for your trouble from the old man. Nice power to find. So there is always the option here if you wanted to go back to Kakariko. Just steal it off the race game, but Rob just opting to go straight into desert. Well, Plasma is just going to hop over this ledge here and check what's on the floating island. Running through the sky. Perfectly normal. So, I mean, they've got two different openers, so we're going for like two different sets of density right now. Like Plasma choosing to put that importance on the mountain. And Rob, a bit more standard, I guess, as in terms of like normal seeds, or non-glitch seeds, I should say. Going into CAC, going into South Shore. We did find a mushroom in desert. Oh, I love this little cheeky hop there from Plasma. I feel like it's such a naughty little clip, but I love it. Yeah, and a bit unlucky there with the desert and the item placements, having to go all the way back to the big chest. Find out if it's the last dungeon item or something in there. This is the last 5 checks here for Plasma as well, and then we'll see what she decides to do next. Oh no, not Mini Moldorms, behave. Oh, it's chasing her down. Nice. Oh, and that's a Moon Pearl there for Rob. So that's quite early Dark World access. It's one of those catch-22s. It's nice to find an early Moon Pearl because you know you're not going to have to search Dark World and all that stuff. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that is now opened up. So Plasma continuing to stick to these mountain plays. So we'll see what she does from here. Rob just going to continue on his route here. Just getting the value out of the South Shore. Flippers. Okay. Again, it's one of those items that can be quite trolly in glitch seeds. Oh, dead rocks are really not working for Plasma today. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Just gonna reset them. Try again. This is a nice little clip here down to Zora. And that was nothing there in the shovel spot for Rob. So, yeah, I am Australian now. Love it. I'm okay with that. That means my day is just starting all over again. It's almost lunchtime. I'm actually British. And so are you now, Malmo. I fooled you. I've been working on the Australian accent. Obviously, it's going well. Unfortunately, there, Rob missing the block clip. Going to go in for a second attempt. Just a little piece of love there from Zora. Yes, and welcome. Welcome, welcome. As we said earlier, we've got our round 2 match here between plasmasnake and robjbeasley. This is week 2 of the glitch tournament. So next week we will be taking away their swords. Start building up. And here we go. So Plasma is now starting in South Shore. And I didn't mention the red cane. So we found a red cane. Nice Master Sword there. It's going to help us out a little bit. And Plasma's also going to pick it up, so not too much of an advantage there with the sword. She will eventually need to make her way into desert to get that moon pearl. So the question is, will she have a fire source for it? Should be able to clear it. I think we've seen the map. Yes, it is a 5/6 crystal. We're not too worried about 5/6 crystals because we have many ways to sequence break. Or not sequence break. We don't necessarily need it. It seems like so far, like with the Kakariko play, Rob has picked out a few more items. I don't think the mountain really paid out very well for plasmasnake. Looking there, and it looks like there's nothing that she's found that Rob hasn't got. But it won't be long until Rob goes up the mountain as well, so all the stuff, all the nothing that was up there, Rob will be picking up. And I'm sure Plasma will make her way into Kakariko quite soon. I wonder if this is the waterfall fairy, because she's done the Zora checks, so this might just be the waterfall fairy, and she might even water walk her way over to Hobo and not necessarily sequence break there. It was actually quite nice. It's quite a neat little bit of routing decisions there. I do like it. Or did she check waterfall? Nope, she didn't. Yeah, it's definitely in logic. I just like the way that they've broken up these Zora checks into 2. And a red potion. Yeah, so we were discussing, me and Rob, about getting rid of the... Because Rob found a fairy in a bottle in Kakariko. And we were discussing whether we should try and do the waterfall fairy to get an upgrade. Plasma did take a couple of moments there to sort out a save and quit. Trying to figure out where she wants to go next. Decided to go here. Normally you'd see these checks with a potion shop with the mushroom, but the mushroom was over in desert, so she hasn't picked that up yet. So this is probably some fate flute in action. We do love a good fate flute. There's a nice little clip in there from Rob. Now I'm going to have a look at the front. So Rob does have the option here to go to the upstairs in Hera if he wants to. However, it is out of logic. Like with that small key, and I think it was a map in the second chest, you still do need a fire source to actually put it in logic. And just choosing to leave. We were discussing was that it's out of logic, and Hera is such a central place anyway, so we were just like, let's leave it and just come back here later when we run out of things to do. So that's Turtle Rock, a pendant, green pendant at Maya. So that red cane that was found has suddenly become a lot less useless. I mean, a lot less useful. More useless. So here we go, some fake flute in action. And shout outs to Rob, even though we have the hook shot, but we're doing a glitch seed, let's glitch. We don't like using that hook shot. Plasmasnake using some start menu in there to get herself to the edge of the transition, and we'll try and use that potion. There we go, nicely done. So where are we going? So it's going to 3. Gonna have to hit the transition. Oh yeah, this is to be honest, a lot of people are doing, I've noticed, like these races, a lot of people are doing these fake fluting over to 3. It absolutely makes sense. And there's some nice juke in there. Yeah, I mean, you can use the sword as a super bunny. We're going to just get up to this tree here, and there we go. Safe. Even get some fairies. And that's an ether. So deciding to pick it up might not be needed. Yeah, Plasma does have the information. So choosing not to, actually. Going against it, like... We don't know what Mire is yet. And it's not a crystal. I find that really interesting. She went up and pulled the tree, because you can also pull the front of Thieves Town and get yourself back into Link State. It's a one-time opportunity, but you might as well, especially if you're going to go into Thieves Town anyway. Ooh, taking a hit there. So Rob now has cleaned out Paradox. It looks like he's going... Oh, checking Graveyard Ledge. Meanwhile, Plasma did pull a bow out of Thieves Town there. So let's have a look what's in Graveyard Ledge. Some new checks for us. Just a piece of heart. Oh, yeah. The legal glitch. The old Tomb Raider. Don't often get to see it. It's always nice when you do. And getting a Bombos. Nice. So where's Rob going now? I genuinely don't remember what we did. Oh, Hyrule Castle. Quite early. Rob being very thorough through the early game. Plasma choosing to go for the later density checks. And that's a third sword off the uncle. So the question is, will Plasma and Nobly ever get to that? Because this is generally not a play you see too early, the Hyrule Castle. But it can make or break a seed. If you find something here, you can absolutely dominate your opponent. Or it can give you a very early advantage. So we'll see if Rob's able to pull anything out from the front of Escape. While Plasma making her way through Thieves Town. Getting to the early crystals. I mean, it's valid. Just a little tough because she still is on 4 hearts. I don't think she's picked up any armor upgrades. But she's made it this far. Oh no! Oh, that's tough. As we probably discussed in there with Nobly, what do I do? Choosing to leave thieves down for now. And again, this is kind of the danger we've seen with kind of going to these really tough checks early, like the Darkhold checks, mounted checks. Like, it can be very dangerous when you're on such low health. I don't think Rob's picked anything up here from the front of escape. Getting a piece of heart and then choosing to save and quit. Rob's decided to go back up the mountain. We'll see what happens now. Clipping back into Hera. This might be a Dark Death Mountain play. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, there's 6 checks that we can get to. So Rob does have a Bombo, so he has Canis Samaria, so can choose to have a look around Turtle Rock if he wishes. And then you've got Catfish there as well. And here we go. So Plasma is now getting all her early items that Rob's picked up quite a while ago. Should help her out. It's a shovel, $100 shovel. And that was a bow there in Super Bunny for Rob. So they've both got a bow, but different bows. Chances are we're getting Silver's this seed. Rob's setting up here to do a little clip over to Floating Island. We were able to get into Hookshot Cave. Just looking for the door. I remember when we was racing, I remember Rob saying like he was wanting to put off Village of Outcasts for a bit. Hope to find some more items before going over there. Because the Thieves Town. Hey. There's that ice rod for our pendant Turtle Rock. Now Plasma getting that powder. So we'll see if she decides to go back for it. And now Rob's getting that information. Nice powder grab. And we'll just do the trick again. So I was discussing here whether we want to have a look at the front of Turtle Rock. Because we knew Turtle Rock was kind of reliant on key logic. So we thought with the red cane, let's see what we can do. And Plasma now is in desert, so she's going to get her mushroom, and in a moment she will get her moon pearl. And then, for the most part, Rob and Plasma are kind of on equal footing here. They've done a few different things. And Plasma's had a little bit more of a rough early game. But for the most part, they've got the same amount of items. And just 20 rupees at the front. And that's where we was talking about Death Warping, but was like, hey, let's go to Catfish. If we took a death there, when we jumped down to Catfish, I believe it would have taken us actually to Zora, because we wouldn't be... it would have kicked us back into the light world. No, use the bush. That's a moon pearl for Plasma. So now she can start doing some Dark World stuff. And... beautiful hammer on Catfish. That kind of opens up the seed quite a bit more. So we'll just have to see now. It's quite important for Plasma to go get that hammer. It is going to be needed, this seed. At least she's on her way now to get her flippers. Unfortunately, putting all this desert stuff off hasn't really helped her. Like, some people put it off because they want a lamp or a glove or something like that to do checkerboard or to go kill the boss. But unfortunately, it was just the way Plasma's route has kind of worked out this seed. It just hasn't really worked out too well for her. But we're still early into this seed. Still a lot can change. So Rob heading up here to go and have a look at that ether. Weren't sure if we wanted to pick it up, but it was like, you know what, let's do it. Better than getting to the point of Misery Mire than having to double back and get back to Bumper Ledge. So let's see where Plasma heads off to now, because she's got those flippers. Actually starting in Link's house. Oh, she's got the bow, so this looks like it's an Eastern play. Makes sense. It gives you time to kind of think a little bit, figure out where you want to go next. Oh, she's going for the screen wrap as well. Nice. And there we go. Nicely done. Just needs to find the entrance, and there we go. Perfect. And that's silvers for Rob. So at this point, Rob does still have a little bit of an advantage there, finding that hammer. But I can't imagine it's going to take Plasma too long, because Dark Death Mountain does have quite a few checks, so I'm sure it won't take her too long to get there. But we'll see. We'll see what's found in Eastern. Rob having to be a little careful here, down to 2 hearts. It's up the extra safety, doesn't get the double with the hook shot. Should be fine. Sitting on that blue potion, blue armor. And again, a fairy as well, just for those extra safeties. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, like Plasma coming in here, green mouth 4 hearts. And Rob coming in here 6 hearts with blue mouth. Just kind of makes that bit of a difference sometimes. They can play a little bit more reckless. I think he's got fairy in a bottle as well. And got the hammer, so there's nothing even gambled in here. Making it nicely through the dark rooms. And that moment you realise you don't have the gloves and have to go around. That's a small key. So I wonder if Plasma would have got unlucky. And just the compass. So actually she would have got the full fight on the boss. So that's really, really unfortunate she took that death. I can kind of understand the routing choices, because I'm guessing they wanted to go Thieves Town. Maybe check out Skull Woods and then, you know, just go into fake Light World. Or go back to Light World by taking a death in one of the dungeons. And then carry it on to Kakariko Desert. I mean, they mostly got there. It's just tough. It's tough. It's one of those tricky inverted seeds where you're having to do low percent dungeons. First crystal. First crystal for Rob. The Plasma's just behind, and we'll get her first crystal as well. With 2 hours to spare. She died in that room where you have to pick up the boulder or kill the enemies and go through the door. So she's a few rooms away from the maiden cell. I think she walked into the Zarzek. Or should I say the Zarzek walked into her. Yeah. Unfortunately, she didn't even get to rescue the maiden. I think this is our first look at Saha's closet here. Heart container, oh. And 10 arrows. So let's see what she gets up to now. Let's see what the next decision is. I'm hoping it's up to Dark Death Mountain. It is a mountain play. This might be Dark Death Mountain. I can't imagine why else they would go here. So hopefully we'll route it around to Catfish. Get the hammer. Meanwhile, Rob in all the grove checks didn't really find anything. Typical hype cave. And he's just doing overworld checks and we'll be heading into pod. And there's silvers for Plasma. So at this point, I think it really is... Well, Rob has all the medallions. Plasma knows where one is. But apart from medallions, I think they're mostly... And the hammer. Mostly at the same point. Oh, misses the pyramid. Hopefully it's a quick reset. That's so annoying when that bomb bounces off that hookshot cave door. And made it in this time. And grab herself a... I mean, book has a couple of implications. Like, number one, it's still out of logic, that Pyramid Fairy. And it's kind of like, when do you route it back in? Knowing it's out of logic. Or when do you route the book checks in, I should say. So, Plasma ran around in a couple of circles there. Oh, going the wrong way to catfish. Wait. Is this a Turtle Rock play? Yeah, we're back into Nobly plays again. This is a laser bridge play. I don't know if this is we took some early deaths, so we're gonna just play super aggressive. So I'm guessing right now Nobly's kind of instructing her through. So we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, Rob's in pod. Absolutely understandable play. I mean, you got the hammer, you got the bow. There was a little bit of concern about not having any fire source. And still not feeling that healthy. Like, you had blue now, you have 8 hearts, I think it's at this point. I mean, those I don't know what they're called, turtle rooms, can really run away with you sometimes. And Plasma making some movement. And then just needs to do a couple of hops here. Or a hop. I mean, this is all very time consuming for a play that's potentially very out of logic. It's going to be very dependent on key logic for Turtle Rock. Plasma is... Oh, and then loses it anyway. This is very time consuming, and then understandably leave the player alone. But hopefully this will lead her now into... And lamp, yeah. Absolutely. Using the ice rod on the pokey. Unfortunately, that doesn't work on the bunny beam when it's moving already. Oh, run, run, run! And now Rob's doing some dark room. Don't think we found anything in pod so far. Bugnet's nice. That pokey has just run away. A little difficulty here in the dark rooms. Oh yeah, 111 ruby. Nice. And that was the second item, I believe. No, we're working our way down, aren't we? So that's the first item in the dark room. Takes a death, but we got that fairy. So that's a big key. So with the big key, that does actually put a little bit more in logic. So we know the item here is just a red rupee. So that does put the big chest and what's it called? Crystal roller in play. And I believe if they're both keys, then that's going to put laser bridge in play. Could be wrong in that. So Rob managed to get through to the big chest here. Quite a bit of health. I think Rob was contemplating should he take a save and quit or go for a death warp, because he knew that he kind of killed a lot of stuff in here. And nicely done. Remembering to get rid of that fairy. So it looks like they're going to go back to the big chest. Unfortunately, though, like this Turtle Rock play does kind of push Plasma away from Catfish. They're still going to take her a little while to get back. I want to say, I believe with those two keys there, that does actually put Laser Bridge in logic. Still having a little trouble in the dark rooms there on Rob's side. And now we've got the exciting, the double dark rooms. Top quality Link to the Past randomizer. So here we go. Rob's on his way now to Helmasaur. Should get there with mostly full health. So we'll see how the turtles behave. Our Plasma's made it through, and now we've got the laser bridge. With one heart, decided to take the safety door. Can't blame her. Taking a death, but that's fine. She's still there in Laser Bridge. There's another small key. So where does she go from here? Because she can't go to the boss. She's soft locked if she goes down. Where is she going? Oh, is this, don't tell me she's going all the way to lava chest. I think she is. This has, again, been a very, very time-consuming play here for Plasma. And unfortunately, it just hasn't paid out. There's nothing really being in here for her. And Rob's made it through. The dark room's pretty nice. He did use some bombos to get rid of the turtles. It's nice use there. And then found the stragglers, the last couple, really, really well. And still mostly full health. And there we go. That's crystal number 2 now for Rob. And that's actually the last small key there in Turtle Rock. So the last items there are either fire rod locks or locked behind Trinex. And with fire rod being one of the few items that we don't know about yet. So I think at this point we're only looking for fire rod and mirror and glove. So basically looking for 3 items. And this looks like it's Rob's Eastern Palace play here. So what are we doing, Plasma? Is this GT? No, this looks like a Dark World play. No, this is a super jump. We're just going to wrap the screen and then we're going to wrap it all over again. Jumping from the mountain all the way down to essentially Swamp Palace. Meanwhile, Rob's now in crystal number 3, can absolutely get this one done. So really starting to take that crystal lead right now. Unfortunately, with that death in Thieves Town for plasmasnake, she is only on 1 crystal. Now Plasma picking up all the nothing there in the Grove. And there was nothing in Eastern as well. So, a bit of a lull of the seed right now. So, for anyone who is here and new to this, this is the Go Mode Podcast Glitch Mentor Tournament. This is now week 2 of a 6-week, what do you call it, like a round robin stage of the tournament, group stages. We've got a race here between plasmasnake and robjbeasley, so kindly got some links there, so please do follow them. Swiss, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, please do follow them. They have worked extremely hard over the last few weeks to a month to learn these glitches very quickly, to be honest, and perform them very, very well. Like, we haven't seen any infinite screen wraps or soft locks or hard locks or anything right now. So all the glitches, they're executing extremely well. So yeah, big shout outs to both of them. Make sure you give them a follow if you haven't. And that's a glove there for Plasma. So I don't think that opens up too much. And choosing to go into Maya. Oh, almost choosing to go into Maya. Oh, what's she thinking? she going to try and farm magic, or is she just going to... No, it looks like this might be a magic farm. No, going back. Yeah, leaving again. Go on, do something. Is this going to be an ancilla? I think this is an ancilla. Maybe nobody's walking her through that. Yeah, best to go somewhere where there's not a Dark World Zora thing shooting at you. So needs to shoot 3 arrows into a wall. Samaria refill, yeah. And then drop a couple of bombs. And then spam the Samaria. No. Didn't get it, unfortunately. So I lost the last bits of magic there. I'm surprised the Quake didn't work. It looked like she had enough magic, but maybe that's going to lead her away from Maya for a little bit. I mean, she has plenty of other things to be doing as well. Like, she could go back into Thieves Town. We know there's nothing really there. She could head into Skull Woods. And that's crystal number 3 there from Rob. So that's the bulk of dungeons done for him right now. The only other big thing that you could do, which I think we do go ahead and do, is GT. Which I believe would be our next play. Or I'm wrong. This was the... They have probably checked Hobo and the island. We don't want to isolate it for ever. So we're just going to check it now. But then I think it's the GT play. And Plasma actually clipping back into Maya, so they are really looking for the trolley items right now. I mean, at this point, they still don't know about Hammer. Never follow Red Cane, absolutely. So yes, this is the GT play here from Rob. Makes sense. You just found the hammer a little while ago, and you're just working through dungeons right now. Oh yeah, the book check as well. It is still out of logic, I believe. Yeah, but I think it's only out of logic by the lamp, which would put it in, or mirror. So always worth a check if you're just heading that way anyway. Book was in Pyramid Fairy. That's a flute out of Maya. So it's one of those kind of items. Like, it's okay if you get it in the first 5 minutes of the seed. But when you're almost an hour in and you find the flute, you're not really that fussed anymore. Probably better off finding the piece of heart. Probably not going to even be activated. So nothing so far in GT. Haven't done... Tile Room wasn't done. Hope Room, there was nothing really there. There wasn't even any keys. That's the first small key. And there's the lamp. So that's actually our first fire source of the seed. And that's the second item in Misery Mire. So unfortunately, that flute just really doesn't do anything. And you know it's a glitch seed when you're finding flute in Mire. Taking a dev here, but is it going to put her back into Light World if she glitches through? Unless the plan was to clear desert here. I don't think there was any items left in desert. Oh, with what fire? Absolutely. Well, the fire, that's on Rob's side. So I'm guessing that was an intentional to get back into Light World. To check checkerboard. Not a bad idea. It's nice to route it in here. Like, checkerboard can be one of those checks where it's really difficult to get back to. And there was nothing really in Rando Room there. So keep moving along. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell, like the experience of playing with the fake Dark Worlds and such like that, because that's something I just don't have the confidence, and like we don't do anything like that with me and Rob. You can see with the glitch experience that you can get some really nice routing out of using fake Dark Worlds. So, ice armor's down. What are we getting? And that's the big key. So, this is now clearable with that lamp. Plasma's back in dark rooms. I'm not sure which dark room. I didn't see where she went. And that's the small key. Oh, this is back of escape, isn't it, for her? But yeah, I think that's 3 small keys now in GT. So there's a high chance at this point we were like, Tile Room's probably a small key, so we're going to forget about that. Kind of mentioned about doing the lamp trick to get over to the right side, the compass room, but Rob decided against it, and yeah. So what's next for Plasma? Like, it's got that glove, which Rob doesn't have yet, but she still really needs to get to that hammer. Really needs to get to Catfish. And that's one of the benefits there of having like activating the flute. You can just flute rather than having to save and quit and start again if you mess that up. Yes, we were mentioned earlier, like with the early unfortunate things that have happened, we can tell like you've gone very, very deep into the seed hoping for some trolly items. But here we go. Picking up that stuff that Rob picked up early is also going to do the King's Tomb glitch. But you don't see it too often, but it's really nice that both runners have kind of pulled that off there. Yeah, I mean, it's legitimate, but you know how this seed likes to go. If it doesn't give you red cane, you can guarantee it's likely to be independent. Or right side GT. So is this a hobo check here from Plasma? Meanwhile, Rob making his way nicely up the climb. be a little bit tricky sometimes because generally in glitch seeds you do have less stuff to do the GT climb. In this case, like, we're only missing Fire Rod. That would have really made this a little bit more useful. But we don't really need that. And what are we getting from here? Nothing here. Just decided to pick up an extra small key just in case. Otherwise you would have to do tile room. Compass. Nothing in mold on or pre-mold on chest. I always love seeing that hookshot strat. Oh, that was the wrong one there from Plasma, unfortunately. So that is going to have to go around again. Oh, that was a really nice triple there from Rob. I must have been asleep at this point because I don't even remember this hacker fight. That was a really nice hacker 2 fight there from Rob. Got a nice 3-1-2. And here we go again for Plasma. So I'm assuming that this is the catfish play. So at this point for Rob, all the big dungeons are kind of done now. There's a lot of just like isolated locations. So we're just trying to discuss like how we're going to fit all these isolated locations in right now. So the plan here was Maya Sheds into Misery Maya. And this is the hammer. So they're kind of getting each other's items at exactly the same time, which is quite funny. I mean, it's really, really good, actually. So Rob's picking up that glove, and Plasma is going to pick up this hammer. The only issue is, for Plasma, is that Rob has done 3 crystals plus GT compared to her 1 crystal. So this is going to be a glove here from Rob. Like, we had a little, like, quick discussion, like, should we still dip into Misery Maya? And I was just said to him, I wouldn't. So he was like, it's good enough for me. And so just left. I believe now we're going to go to Ice Palace. Plasma clipped her way over from the catfish into pod, so quite efficient route in there. Unfortunately for her, we know there's a whole lot of nothing in there. In fact, I think all the dungeons that she hasn't done yet, there wasn't anything really in there. At this point, we're both are kind of on the same items again. But we're looking for a mirror and we're looking for a fire rod. I think the joke is when you decide to go there because you keep finding hammers there, then they're not going to be there. So here's that. Rob is doing that really annoying clip into Ice Palace that no one likes. Getting it really, really well. Like, that was really, really quick. There's a lot of teleports and buffering and dashing and swimming, and then you have to repeat the whole thing all over again. But getting through pretty well. So we'll see what Ice Palace is. So these are kind of new checks here from Rob's side. Yeah, I always think about bomb clipping when I end up in Ice Palace. Although we're only about a week and a half away from that. We'll get all the bomb clipping. Oh, decided to go straight to the... I said jump into the pit, get to the back door. Oh, yeah, she hasn't even got the big key yet, has she? I mean, she's had a really, really tough time, so sometimes these seeds just kind of run away with you. What's in chest number 2? So that's the map and compass for Ice Palace. Oh, she did get the big key. Okay. And a small key. So getting nothing out of this Ice Palace so far. I mean, using the bombos, which is a well-recommended backup strat if you don't have any fire. Some bombos issues. There's 20 rupees in that the iced tea room. Yeah, she made it through. Like, that room just can so quickly run away from you. Did she hammer through the teleport? That was weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Nah, that's fine. If you didn't mention anything, I actually wouldn't have noticed it. And a shield. I think that's 3 items now. And there we go. Helmer is down as Rob is now heading to Colster. So at this point, we were thinking, like, where can this mirror and fire rod? Because we were back to isolated checks. We got that glove, but it didn't really open anything up apart from, like, Spike Cave. And here is the back for Plasma. Oh yeah, back of Escape, I guess, as well, yeah. I think we do go there. I think that's our first play. Yes, we done that very early, like 25 minutes or something. Yeah, that's where we got a tempered sword and a cape off of the uncle. Yeah. Rob wanted to be thorough, so decided to do that. I mean, we still at that point didn't have that big of choices, that many choices. We didn't have the hammer yet. So if I was going to do it, like, that was a good opportunity to do it. I think we had a little pause there. We're just discussing where we want to go next. I think Rob decided he wanted to go do desert. Like, even though we knew nothing was there, but we knew about Checkerboard Cave and the Bombos tablet. So it was like, they're kind of annoying to get to, so let's just get these done. So what's next for Plasma? So is this going to be a GT play next? I don't know if she particularly wants to go back to Thieves Town. Not that there's anything there. Meanwhile, the I don't even know what you call it, bomb jump into desert. Accidentally putting the wrong inputs. Gets it the second time round. I mean, first time. First try, every try. Oh, this is an Ice Palace play then. Fair enough. I don't know. GT is definitely a play as well that could be done. So Plasma is starting to pick up on those crystals now that Rob has picked up early, so starting to catch up. Because after desert, Rob doesn't have any more crystals that can be done. So then we'll be on a full mirror/fire rod hunt. Oh, forgetting the dash there. Yeah, this Ice Palace clip can be really, really tricky. There's just so many parts to it. Hello, Chex. So at this point, just to fill you in, Plasma has had some unfortunate deaths early. So she's kind of behind on crystals right now. Has made some more wild plays than Rob. But they are both missing Fire Rod and Mirror for Go mode at this point. So Rob is up 5 crystals to 2 crystals. And just a red potion up there from the magic bat. Nice. Can't be bothered with them anymore, just bomb most of them. I like it. So I think we're just discussing, like, me and Rob, like, what can we do next, like, to try and route in as many checks. So I think this is where we go into Skull Woods. Because we really didn't know. It was a shot in the dark, really, of where this progression was going to turn up. Okay, part 1 done of the Ice Palace clip.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and a Happy New Year.
There we go. Just needs to wrap the screen. Meanwhile, I've been Skull Woods. I think this is the first time we've seen Skull Woods. I don't think Plasma's dived in here either, so see what we can pull out from here. No, nothing so far. Meanwhile, Plasma's almost there. Just needs to move to the right here. There we are. Just don't soft lock yourself. Nice. And now she's in Ice Palace, so just needs to find the front door. Nicely done. Oh, you're almost there, to the right a bit, Plasma. So you can see it above you. Look up. You can see where the door is. There we go. So nothing in the front of Skull Woods. So gonna head to the vanilla big key chest. And just the heart container there. So for Rob, he doesn't have that many checks left to do. There's a few isolated things, so I think at this point we decided the most dense was still Misery Mire, but we didn't want to go there. So I believe this is the Hera play. So we now knew it was in logic because of the lamp. Didn't fancy getting the big key. Lock chest. And mirror. I think we both groaned at that point because we knew we could have had that early, because we knew it was in there with hookshot early, but decided not to do it. Because one, it was out of logic. And two, we had stuff to do. We had other stuff. Taking out Moldorm. So, still one item still in here in the big chest. But now with that mirror, we kind of assumed, you know what, Fire Rod's going to be in Swamp. So that's what we went for. Oh, has Plasma run out of magic? Oh no. This has really not been Plasma's seed. Like, despite everything that's gone wrong, she's doing extremely well. A locked chest. Oh no. I hope she just YOLOs out of here and it's just like, I've had enough. I'm done. She didn't even take the door to the right to fill up on magic again. Fill up on magic. If she didn't have enough magic for bombos. Let's go and pick up a little bit. Yeah, maybe, but still. Could have used the power to get some, or powder, I should say. Could have got that bunny beam in there. Bit of extra magic never hurts anyone. So nothing. I think that was just a map in the first chest in Swamp Palace there. And finally getting to that Ice Fighter chest. Nice. And rewarded with a red shield. So Rob decided to neglect left side swamp here. Which is absolutely the right call in this situation. You're one item from go mode. There's not many checks left. And a compass. Meanwhile, the start of Plasma's Cold Stare fight. It's a tough fight. I don't think... Oh, that was some nice... Oh, wow. Some strong dukes there. That was some really nice start menuing. Getting past. Can she hold on? Oh, does take a little bit of a beating there. I think she's one hit from the big eyes. Oh, that was close. Meanwhile, Rob's got his own eyeball fight. Meanwhile, don't look at the right screen. Oh, pay attention to the left screen. There we go. So that's an AUG. Oh! Plasma, half a heart. Oh, she's so lucky it didn't go diagonally there. Just one puff left. Run, run, run. Oh my, this is so intense. Oh my, no. I can't believe that. That is so unfair, yeah. She must have been one hit away. That is so unfair. That actually hurts. That hurts me. Oh, that is so unfair. She done so well, like, to get that far. I mean, huge props there to plasmasnake. Like, that Master Sword fight against Cold Stare is not easy. And to be that close as well. Fake flippers of... Yeah, why not? This is a glitch seed. So I'm guessing this is to fill up bottles and refill and fresh up and everything, and hand in the mushroom. And fire rod. Just add salt into the wounds. So at this point, we're in no mode. Rob just needs to pick up his fire rod from the potion shop, and Plasma just needs to go into Hera. Unfortunately for Plasma, I think she's got a lot more checks than Rob. Like, Rob has played this very consistently. Like, his execution has been on point, his glitches have been on point. And he's slowly working down these locations right now. So, like, he's definitely got the advantage. For Plasma to come back into this, it's going to be tough. She's going to have to find that mirror soon. Hope that Rob last locations the fire rod. And just go mode a whole bunch of dungeons. But now with Swamp done. So we got the mirror, and we was discussing about fire rod being mirror locked. So we thought we've got Mimic Cave, let's go do that, and we can have a look at the chain chomps and see if that's the big key or not, and kind of work out the logic of Turtle Rock, because we knew that was an item in the front of Turtle Rock. It was like, if it's a small key or a big key, and if it's a small key or an item in Chain Chomps, it's like we just leave. Like, if it's a big key, then actually Fire Rod could potentially be on Laser Bridge. So Plasma heading back into Thieves Town. So she was in here earlier, unfortunately took a death. But now she's way more powered up, a lot more health. So this shouldn't be a problem for her now. And for Rob to go into Turtle Rock, this is kind of the play that Plasma needs right now to help her get back into this seed. Gets that small key from Maiden Cells. Going to pick up I think it's a compass in the big chest. So even when she was here and had to gamble the 50-50, like, it would have actually paid off for her. Oh yeah, I mean, that's a lot of dungeons she can go mode right now. I mean, the GT Big Key is quite deep in the dungeon for Plasma. And it was the big key, and I think we knew about that big key anyway, so it was like, okay, this is the big key, so these chests here can be in logic. And was like, another small key. I think we needed one more small key to put Laser Bridge in logic. Nicely done in the blind. And it's a small key. No. 4 keys. So one was Crystal Roller, Big Chest, Lava Chest, and Laser Bridge. So Compass chest had items or dungeon items or whatever. So yeah, we knew laser grid was in logic, so that's why we went for it. We're just trying to follow key logic to try and give us clues about the fire rod. Oh. So we know nothing's here because Plasma was here early. She took a early plane here to try and find some items that Rob might not get for a while. So nothing's here. I think at this point we were trying to think like what to do next. I was having a discussion. It's like, let's pick something. Let's go Spike Cave. And then we can discuss while you're doing Spike Cave. Yeah. Yeah. I won't mention what you're referring to there, Malmo. I think she was referring to a seed yesterday where one of the runners had the mushroom for an hour, didn't track it, and then was kind of like, oh yeah, we got mushroom. But here we go, Spike Cave. So this hasn't been seen. We know it's nothing there. I don't think there's anything that can really help us out. Oh, health is a bit close there. 1 heart. So I think at this point we discussed, let's go into Maya. Because, you know, it's 2 items, it's a green pendant. And, like, at this point, as he's running past us, like, you know, let's check the mushroom, because we're not really going to have any other opportunity. So we actually take the portal there, and it was just like, okay, let's go check the mushroom. I was like, yeah. I mean, for Plasma, that's what she needed for us to go to Misery Maya, but I was like, if we don't go now, like, when do you go back? And I know we'd kind of taken quite a while to get to this mirror and fire rod. So at 1:33:15, Rob J. Beasley is in go mode. Yeah, we did just save and quit. That's why we went and checked the mushroom before Maya. Nah. Otherwise, we would have done all of Maya and not found anything. And then done the mushroom and then felt bad. So, Plasma's actually in Hera now. True, we could have fluted there. That probably would have led us there, but it still would have been an extra couple of minutes. So actually, Plasma not getting her go mode that far behind Rob. Only by like a minute. Like, what's that? 1:34:10? I think Rob was 1:33 something. Can't even remember now what I said. Barely a minute difference between go modes. So I mean, Plasma has got a lot to clear out now. Yeah, Ice Palace Fair, Thieves Down Death. There was another thing as well. It's just really unfortunate things as well. Like, the seed just kind of really worked against Plasma. Like, some seeds are just like that. There's just nothing you can do. Yeah, so considering everything's happened, she's actually not that far behind at all. Like, she's still been working on those crystals. Yeah. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to Rob here. I recommend watching his moth fight because it's an absolute masterpiece here. One, two, three. Moth did not stand a chance. Spike moved. Well, no pleasing some people. I was dead impressed. That's better than I could have done. And now heading to Ganon in for the last glitch of the seed on Rob's side anyway. Not something you see too often. I don't think I've ever done this over to the pyramid, but I might start now. So I actually learnt something from Rob. I mean, I know the thing, but I usually go to Castle Tower. Already onto phase 2. Yeah, that's true. Even if I mean, there's probably been seeds where I've lost Crystal to Skullwoods and not done it. And we're on to phase 4. Just what we get up to every single seed. There's 2 arrows in, and should be a nice setup for a double here. And get your GGs in chat. Just need to cross the bridge. Finish this seed off. And Rob finishes first place, 138, I think 27. I don't have the race time up, but that looked like 127, 128. Yeah. Whatever. He finished. But yeah, GG's, Rob. Like, very well demonstrated glitch seed. Lots of glitches happening, and you performed them masterfully. As Plasma picks up her 3rd sword from Argus. Yeah, and I think that's the time that Plasma now forfeited, and I can't blame her. Like, this seed, it just ran away from her. Like, it just happens sometimes. But get your GGs in chat for plasmasnake for putting up a really, really good race, showing some really good execution, really good glitches as well, and fighting until the very end. And was very close as well. Like, there really wasn't too much of a difference in the end. But yeah, GG's to both runners. I know Rob's here. I don't know if you had anything that you wanted to say about the seed. Oh. That's fine. We wouldn't have noticed, Malmo. But yeah, while If Rob's still there. I don't know if there's going to be another vodcast after this, Malmo. Because there was another, I know there was another race, at least one race happening as well today. Do I want to take it? I mean, I could do if no one else wants to go. But yeah, GG's to both runners. So I'm guessing that's an affirmative for the next podcast. Half asleep in this, maybe put it later. Fair enough. So I'm sure people will get pinged. If it's going to be put on later, I probably won't be around. I'll probably be asleep at that point. So, yeah, GG's everyone. Thanks for watching. There will be a lot more, so please follow the Discord, follow the runners, follow Malmo, who is orchestrating this whole thing, this whole tournament. So thank you to everyone involved. Yeah, and I will see you next race. I will hold it back, send it back to Malmo to sign us off here. But yeah, have a good night, everyone.